Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Tip Tuesday. My name is Henry Arth, your Quality Assurance Analyst here at IndySoft, and today I'm going to be debuting for you the Key Performance Indicator Module, also known as the KPI Module, which will be available this autumn of 2021 in our version 13 release. Version 13 will also feature a rebranding of our main application as calibrations.com. We are still the company IndySoft. We are still the same ownership, same people on the phone and behind emails. It's simply a rebrand. And if you still call us Gauge Insight, we'll know what you're talking about, and that's okay. But the Key Performance Indicator module is basically going to be there for you if you're capturing your data and you want to represent it. You want to see what your turnaround times to figure out what your bottlenecks are. You want to see what your pass-fail ratios to establish a 95% pass rate. If you want to look at your employee financials and see if everybody's actually charging the way that they should be, or who are your big earners and who are people who are not as maybe not quite as productive and need a little help, and they're just training. You can get that all from the KPI module as long as you're capturing the data. If you look here, the basic kind of chart here, you got gauges that are past due. We can show vendor turnaround times with the statistics module in your workflow configuration. You can look at any items that are coming up to be due, masters, and look at an actual calibration due date forecast visually. So if you want to impress your overlords, impress your bosses, and show what's going to be what, if you need to make hires, you need to do anything like that, this is a great way to kind of show that off. Of course, as I mentioned before, we got the pass-fail ratios, kind of an out-of-box option, pretty straightforward KPI there, where you can drill down and actually search for the manufacturer model number here or look over a certain period of time. I've also got an out-of-box option here, which I've been working pretty hard on actually to show you your masters and how productive they are, how many times they're used since they were last calibrated, if they weren't used at all and you don't need to send them out the door. And the actual total generated revenue that would be associated in that period of time. So the KPI module, very powerful, can show you a ton of things, give you a bunch of different visual representations. We have the ability to actually export and import the individual pieces of the KPI. This is actually in the editor right here, so that if you get to the out-of-box option and you really wanted to see a bunch of items but move them around, you could do so with ease. IndySoft also sets these to an automatic timer, so if you want them to refresh every half hour or something like that, you have the ability to do so. IndySoft will also be featuring an actual module for KPIs that you can actually display on a monitor and have them rotate through a number of your key performance indicators. A couple of notes about the KPI module coming up, though. It will only be available for MS-SQL database platforms. It will not be available for Firebird, nor will it be available for Oracle. Cloud customers are all MS-SQL and will receive first priority premium access to setting these up. And actually, we will be setting those up for you. You don't really need to worry about it. Another important feature of the key performance indicators is that you have access to every single table in the database. Which means that, again, if you're storing it, we'll capture it. I would say we have several out-of-box options, which are going to be fairly universal, but you'll need to be tweaking them. But you have the ability to tweak them once you have them. So very excited. Again, if you want to be impressing your bosses and showing them visually the information that they need to see, or just establishing, what your bottlenecks are, where your troubles are in the shop, or if everything's looking good, you have that visual representation now. I hope you have a great NCSLI week and happy calibrating.